This is your captain speaking. What is up, y'all? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Draft Alps for another draft snack. A quick draft to hold you over until that next full draft serving.
That's right. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Benjamin.
Today, we are drafting video games of the year 2000. That's right. Y2K, baby!
Lots of games came out in the year 2000, we know, and there's only going to be 8 picks, but are there really more than like maybe 12, 15 that matter? Just because a lot of games come out doesn't mean they're all going to be good.
Right. I mean, listen, I made a list. I've got probably 20 games on the list. And I definitely perused through 300 games.
Yeah, that's a lot of games. But first, we've got to roll for the glory of choice.
All right. Here we go. Come on, Bessie.
Ooh, 20-something.
24.
Son of a gun, you're so excited.
25. There we go.
Come on, outroll him.
21.
Damn it. Well, you have the glory of choice. So where are you choicing?
Man.
Where are you choicing at?
So
much indecision out of this one.
Let's see.
Dude, your stalling is so gnarly. You want to just go first? You go first.
I'm going first. Oh, right, because I had to choose that first.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't know what you were doing?
No, yeah. I was just making a decision about, what I'm going to choose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now you've had some time that no one knew you were taking time for.
I know.
Thought you were trying to determine where you were going to go in this draft order.
No, I'll go first. I'll take it. So I'm going to take, because I cannot take Gold and Silver, as Pokemon Gold and Silver came out in 1999. I'm taking Pokemon Crystal because It's a Pokemon game and I love Pokemons. Ooh, I loved Gold and Silver. And you know what? Crystal's pretty darn good too. It's just like the other ones, except, it's just a little bit different. I love the Johto region. I thought that those games were very special, and I haven't really experienced the delight of playing a Pokemon game since those games. Because, man, when you beat the Elite Four in Johto, you get to go to Kanto and experience that.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
Oh my God. The delight. The sheer delight. Could you... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Can you catch the original legendary Pokemon when you go over to Kanto?
I'm pretty sure you had to have. I feel like you could.
I feel like it. And
you could travel the whole map.
It was so cool.
Why wouldn't you be able to?
It was so cool, dude. So, I don't know. I mean, that I played that game for so many hours. Oh my God. I thought the story was really neat as well. Pokemon used to actually go a little bit harder with the stories in their first 2 generations. Kind of softened. They softened up over time. They're like, oh, it's a kid's game. Well, you know what? Kids can appreciate a dark story too. I remember being horrified when I learned about like Pokemon being mistreated by the different teams, the bad guys in those games.
Yeah.
Those games are just really special, and Gold, Silver, and Crystal all came out on the Game Boy Color. And I think Crystal came out in Game Boy Advance, too. Maybe. You got to fact check me on that. But, man, these games are just so fun. And, if one wants to pull out all the stops, you could even pick up a game and make it a stocking stuffer. I don't know.
Dude, that's some fucking bougie-ass stocking stuffer.
That was a bougie-ass stocking stuffer.
I don't know anyone besides you that got Pokemon games.
Whoa, don't say plural.
Got a Pokemon... just got a game like that in the stocking. That's crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
That's so beyond my understanding.
My mom made some irresponsible decisions with her finances, which had some consequences and
So wait,
repercussions.
which Pokemon did you take?
Pokemon Crystal.
Man, that is so...
It's so good.
Okay, we need to address something in this draft.
Oh, shit. What's being addressed?
Well, because Crystal didn't come out in the U.S. in the year 2000.
I thought it was a year 2000 game.
It might... Okay, so just check this out. So Pokemon Yellow, for example.
Yeah.
Pokemon Yellow came out in 1998
Okay.
in Japan. It came out in Japan. It didn't come out here until October of 1999. Because I stumbled on this list here that has the... Oh, what is this? The top or the Game of the Year awards for 2000. And one of the Game of the Year awards in 2000 went to Pokemon Yellow. So then I was like, oh shit, can I draft Pokemon Yellow? But it came out technically, what did I say, 99? October 99. So it might have come out in Japan. And I know that in other drafts that we've done on Bigger Draft More when we did video game stuff, we were able to draft, the Japanese stuff. But man, we did not grow up in Japan. These games, that game did not come out for us in 2000. I remember playing it, and I was like, I didn't play that in grade school.
No, you're right. You're right. I need to amend my statement, and I will amend it by picking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
2.
It's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, except better. Oh my God, what's better?
Except better.
I mean, dude, like, who doesn't those? Those games epitomize what growing up in the early 2000s was like. Skater culture kind of becoming massively popular. We've talked about the X Games before, becoming very popular. And we, Ben and I were also talking earlier about how video games used to be more adventurous.
Yeah.
They used to be more adventurous. So you wouldn't just, like, your sports game wouldn't just be a Madden or, whatever else, or a FIFA, right? You would have like Dave Mirra's BMX, and you would have like SSX.
Yeah.
And even like Wave Racer and shit like that. Now we don't have, those games are niche. You'd have to go to the PC to get something like that, I feel. I mean, shit, there was even a game for Razor scooters.
There was. It was called Razor. That's funny.
So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Amazing game. Love the music. Love the soundtrack. The gameplay. The combos. It's awesome. It's just a really fun game.
Ooh.
See me correct course like that?
Yeah, that was a pretty good correction, actually. You were right in there.
It's also the highest. It's got the highest like Metascore on Metacritic of the year 2000 games.
It was a popular game. It was riding the coattails of its first one when it came out, and it was so hyped.
Oh yeah,
and it did live up to the hype. It's a great game. I'm not saying that like it's a bad game.
No, great game.
Critically acclaimed game. Right behind it, from Nintendo.
Ooh, I know what you're gonna pick.
Tony Hawk didn't come out on Nintendo. Tony Hawk 2 came out on PlayStation 2.
Tony Hawk, the original, did come out on Nintendo,
but not number 2.
No, not number 2.
Number 2 came out on the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different style of game, right? First-person shooter, going with Perfect Dark.
Fuck yes.
Dude, such an awesome game. Developed by Rare. Rare back in the time of the N64 and all of that, and this came out for N64. Man, they had great map building. They had great games. This, Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong, all of those were great games. It used an upgraded mechanic from 007, GoldenEye, which was like at the time like the hyped first-person shooter game.
Played a lot of GoldenEye.
Me too. Loved GoldenEye. golden gun. Pew, pew. But it felt like this game was kind of a precursor to what we'd see in like Halo.
Yeah.
You know, it had a lot of Halo-ish feel.
Oh yeah, or Half-Life too. You know. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, it fits right in there in that legacy of great Rare games. Rare kind of just ventured out and did something different. They were doing a lot of different stuff back then, actually. But they had a lot of platformers. That was kind of like their bread and butter.
Right.
So doing an FPS and one that still looks good today. Go look at go Google or YouTube it. YouTube Perfect Dark. And you can watch a little bit of the playthrough. Looks good.
And for anyone that's like, what the fuck? Rare ended up getting purchased by Microsoft.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, so that's why a lot of their stuff it feels like it carries over into the next generation of gaming. Because a lot of their engineers moved over to Microsoft.
Wow.
So there you go.
Microsoft buys another first party gaming studio, or buys another gaming studio, and kind of squanders it a little bit.
You think so?
I mean, that's kind of their history of squandering gaming studios. That's another discussion.
Oh, well, I'm going to do my little thing like you did to waste some time.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to pick.
Oh, what you gonna do? While you're wasting time, Rare also made Battletoads, which was a notoriously difficult game I used to play back in the day. And Conker's Bad Fur Day, which was amazing. You ever play that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so fun. So much fun. I made a mistake.
What'd you make a mistake on?
So Microsoft has not necessarily squandered Rare totally, as Rare has come out, in the last 15 years with Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, the third in the trilogy, and also Sea of Thieves, among other games. These games weren't all well received, so it's not like classic Rare level quality, but I did make a mistake, I should say that.
Okay. Well, that gave me a little time to figure stuff out. Dang, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 came out in late 2000. On the PlayStation, it came out in September, and on the Dreamcast, it came out in November. But the original Tony Hawk came out at the very beginning of the year.
Oh, my God.
So it's like Activision thought, let's just make some more maps, add a couple more skins, and get a new soundtrack. Fuck it. Damn, they're smart.
And then it scored super high. People love that game.
I really feel some kind of, dang.
Ben's over here ruminating.
I'm having trouble because I don't want all of the games I pick to be Nintendo games. But I feel like I'm falling into the trap of just having Nintendo titled games.
There is a reason why Nintendo games are more expensive as time goes on. They're called evergreen for reasons, because they're always good.
They are always good. A game that's always good and actually was really hard to find up until recently, I feel like, with the Switch, is Majora's Mask.
Oh, baby.
I'll take that. I'll take Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Did you play that back in the day?
I didn't play it in 2000 proper. Wasn't easy to find a copy at the local video store.
Right.
But I did end up playing it later after high school.
Okay.
Good game. I like playing it more on the Switch. I'll tell you that.
You can take it and go.
You can take it and go. But before the Switch, it was hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's way easier to find Ocarina of Time than it is to find Majora's Mask.
Well, it wasn't as popular, and it wasn't also just a straight sequel. It almost feels more like DLC. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but
I could see that.
I don't know. It's a wacky game too. I mean, it's definitely not for everyone. I tried playing it back in the day several times, and it did not like kind of. I didn't jive with it. We'll say.
Really?
It's funky, man.
I like that funkiness.
There's time travel elements.
I know, it was fucking crazy.
Oh, it's fucky.
Just the fact that you're like a little wood face Link is dope.
Oh, it's so weird.
It's so dope.
And then there's like something more like sinister and depressing behind it where, you know, if Link does fail, he becomes the skeleton boy in the woods. That's kind of some scary lore there.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I think it's a pretty good game.
Oh, well, yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's a Zelda game.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with a Zelda game, honestly.
Yeah. You know, I just don't think it's a system seller.
It didn't need to sell systems at this point.
No, it was the end of the N64's life cycle, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're getting ready. They're gearing up for the GameCube.
Yeah.
They need the GameCube at this point.
Oh, yeah, they do. And, ooh, they're going to come out with some good games on the GameCube, which we've covered before in another draft.
Bigger draft.
Yeah, bigger draft.
What are you taking with your second pick?
I'm going to take The Sims.
The Sims.
Man, The Sims was a colossal waste of my youth. It was amazing. I have so many good memories playing The Sims by myself. It was so magical. You know, I'd build a house, start a family, and then sometimes I'd name them after my own family members, and I'd lock them in a room and put some fireworks in there, make them piss themselves, starve themselves, set themselves on fire, burn the house down. Crazy. I was a horrible, horrible overlord.
Damn.
And if you didn't do that, you need to email us and let us know if I'm a depraved sicko.
You're a sick human.
It was so fun. I actually downloaded The Sims 3. I think maybe it's The Sims 2. I don't know. Ended up being free. That was kind of cool. Maybe it wasn't free. I don't know. Got it on my computer, started playing it, had some fun. Then I realized this is a waste of time. I'm already doing this in my real life. Like, I don't need to be doing it. It's definitely... Yeah,
I was already doing this in my real life. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? I'm already doing this shit.
Hey, what the fuck?
Hey.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm already doing it.
But oh, it was so fun, man. It's a classic game that spawned many sequels, many DLC. You know, you'd have to be like The Sims would be have to be your hobby for you to pursue buying all of the DLC individually. 100%. So, you know, I'm going to pick The Sims.
He goes with The Sims. Sims just a computer game?
Yeah, it's a life simulator. You know, you make little people, you can get them to have jobs and seek out promotions by improving their skills and, you know, have fun or go on dates and eat food, take a shit, burn the house down.
See, when Sims was hot, I didn't have a computer yet to play games on. Didn't have it like that.
Yeah.
Not until later. Not until later.
Now it's just not as good. Like I said, like we pay mortgages. I don't want to pay 2 mortgages, one of them be fake.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I want to pay 2 real mortgages.
You pay 1 mortgage with your time.
Yeah.
Time is money.
Time is money.
Time's money. All right, we got to get to an ad. We're going deep in this thing. Hey, you know what game came out? You know what game came out in 2000?
What game?
Dino Crisis.
Oh,
2.
shit.
Dino Crisis 2. Crisis de Dino 2.
Nice.
See. Maybe not. If not, correct me on an email. Let's go.
Ben's practicing Spanish.
Trying. Okay, anyways, Dino Crisis 2 came out in the year 2000. Awesome horror game. Maybe it'll get picked later. But there is a remake, a remastered version, if you will. They got us the sponsor today. We are sponsored by Capcom.
There we go.
Capcom. Thank you. Let's go. You know what it is.
Craft snacks.
1 year has passed since the third energy incident. Dr. Kirk's research on third energy has been taken over by a government agency, and massive research has begun somewhere in the Midwest. However, in their pursuit of immediate results, they have failed to take the necessary precautions, and once again, an accident has occurred. This time, the state of Illinois has disappeared. In its place now lies a jungle from another time. Now, 23 years in the future, you can experience the past in the future. Witness Dino Crisis 2 in beautiful 4K. These dinosaurs will look so real, you'll pop a fear boner. With the additional PSVR 2 XR 5 headset, you can experience Dino Crisis in exhilarating 4D. That's right, you'll be able to feel, smell, and taste the dinosaurs. With the Ultimate Edition, we've added some new terrifying scenarios where dinosaurs will actually try to fuck you. You've never experienced sheer terror like this. If a dinosaur bites you, you'll actually lose a finger in real time. To survive, you'll have to use your wits to hide and then hunt down and cook the dinosaurs. Jump onto Amazon Prime and pre-order Dino Crisis 2 4K Ultimate Prehistoric Edition now, while supplies last. Round 3.
We're not sponsored by Capcom.
Yeah. Don't sue us, Capcom. What do you think a dinosaur tastes like?
Alligator.
Alligator.
Gator.
You had gator?
Nah, have you? I know you have. You're from the South.
I've had
Ish.
gator. Although hopefully there aren't gators in Missouri. I've swam in some of those muddy waters. I've always wondered, like, ooh, could a gator survive out here? It gets pretty hot and humid in the summer.
I've swam with the gators.
Okay.
Cooked with tomatoes.
Well, I've got to pick a Nintendo game.
A hot potato.
Hot potato.
With so much flavor, that means you know it wasn't cooked by a white guy. Oh, JK.
I'm going to pick Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis. He went down the list to a totally mid-tennis game.
Dude, it's Mario Tennis. It's so fun. It's the Mario characters, but they're playing tennis.
Yeah, it's lame as fuck. Like,
No.
we needed to see Mario playing some
It's so fucking fun.
bougie-ass sport.
Okay, tennis is bougie, but it's...
Okay, tennis is bougie.
Which is weird because, there's tennis courts at almost every park that I go to or that I've seen.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like you could buy a racket, presumably, or get one off Craigslist for pretty cheap, get some balls, and go play tennis, right?
True.
And yet it's bougie.
True.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Mario Tennis is great. I was introduced to it in high school because my buddy had Mario Tennis on N64, and at first I was like, what the fuck is this shit? This is bullshit. Let's play Mario Kart, or let's play Super Smash Brothers. But I learned to love Mario Tennis because there's just something fun about it. I don't know. Like whacking the ball back and forth. It's like Pong, but it's tennis, and it's with Mario characters. I love it. It's wacky. Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis. I feel like it probably didn't spawn a whole bunch of all the other Mario sports games. I don't know the order in which they came out. Mario Kart came out before anything, and you could argue that's a sport. But I mean, there's Mario Tennis, Mario Golf. Mario Golf was on the GameCube. They had Mario Super Strikers.
Oh, yeah.
Of soccer. Mario at the Olympic Games.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Mario basketball game.
I don't think so, but they should because it would look goofy as hell.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong would be a big man
Well,
right in the post.
We need more Mario sports games.
Yeah, bring that shit back.
Come on, let's get some Mario rugby. Mario football.
That's a problem that Nintendo has. They don't put out all of their old games.
No.
Like, you can pay for subscription services on the Switch for the old Nintendo's up to 64, but you can't do any of the GameCube stuff.
Not yet.
GameCube's where it's at.
I bet that's what they're going to do.
Have you seen the new PlayStation Portable? The
What?
new PlayStation handheld that's coming out?
Whoa.
Look this thing up. Look it up. It looks like a Switch.
PlayStation Portable.
Yeah. I don't know that it's called that, but it looks like a new Switch.
Let's see.
It's so sleek.
Handheld could be PlayStation 5 handheld. Oh my God. I guess I should have waited and just got one of these. Now I've got my clunky PS. Wow, this looks beautiful.
I wonder if it's going to port similar to the Switch.
Maybe. Wow.
Where you plug it in and then you just hook up a controller to it.
Wow.
Thing's
Everyone's
sick.
Nintendo got the 5 to 6 year lead on everyone, but everyone's caught up now. What's Nintendo going to do next? They always do something innovative. What are they going to do?
Do they always?
Yeah, it just doesn't always work out. Okay?
Dude, the Wii U was a total flop.
But it was kind of an innovative idea. It's just like it was a flop.
The Wii technically wasn't even the Wii was great, but it wasn't that great.
No, I mean it sold mainly because of the gimmick. It was cheap. It was like $200-$300, $250, something like that. It was really cheap, and that got it. That plus the Wii Sports and Wii Fit got it into people's living rooms.
But it's essentially a GameCube with a motion sensor. For real,
It is.
It doesn't have way better graphics. I mean, Twilight Princess wasn't that amazing on it.
No, and it also doesn't have a DVD player or Blu-ray player or any of that stuff.
It can play GameCube games. Oh, wait, because it's an upgraded GameCube.
Yeah. I've seen the anecdote that's basically 2 GameCubes duct taped together.
Yeah, except this is way more manageable space-wise.
Yeah.
GameCube's a fucking lunchbox. Okay, third pick for your boy, going on little tangents here, but we know you love it. I'm going to go with Resident Evil Code Veronica.
Nice.
Yeah, now this comes out in 2000 on the Dreamcast, and it'll later come out on the PlayStation 2, where I will play it. But come on, this follows up Resident Evil 2 right before Resident Evil 3, where we get to play as Claire Redfield again, and it starts to cross over the games, right? In the first game, you're Chris Redfield. Second game, you're Claire Redfield and Leon. In the next game, in this game, finally those 2 character sets are coming together, and there's an interaction between Leon and Chris in the form of a letter. It's just like
That must have been kind of cool to see.
I know it's kind of it feels fan servicey when it was happening,
Yeah.
Now it's just like, oh no, that's just decent storytelling. And it's the same old great Resident Evil that everyone loves. Scary zombies, awesome puzzles, engaging map.
I played it back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I was too dumb, stupid little kid to beat it. But yeah, I played it. I played that shit.
I would play these games and my stepsister would sit there and watch. And it was almost like 2 minds going at it.
Oh,
I was
really?
just at the controls, yeah. It was way easier to beat when there were 2 of us there
Yeah.
doing all the puzzles together.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of hard to see something when you're just looking at it from your own perspective.
Exactly.
Those games can be tricky, actually. Especially like the remakes make it so much easier. They make it very clear. And it's the puzzles are, I don't think they're dumbed down. They just make it clear, like, what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you pay attention. The old ones, though, like it wasn't always clear if something was clickable or not,
Right.
Game studios hadn't made those quality of life enhancements yet.
And I haven't played any of the remakes. Do the remakes have like fixed cameras like the old ones?
No.
See, that's a big difference.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
fixed camera angles, sometimes you're looking from like the ground up and you can't see some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Angles are everything.
They are.
Ooh, this team's wrapping up pretty nicely. I started off heavy on Nintendo, but you really can't go wrong when you have a Legend of Zelda title. They're all instant classics. Same with Resident Evil. Just, come on. These are banger titles. We still got, well, yeah. I was about to say, are they still making Legend of Zelda games? Duh. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Dude, new one about to come out in March, April? Something like that.
Ah, shit. It's my last pick. It is my last pick. Do I go with Crazy Taxi? WWF SmackDown 2? WWF No Mercy? Multiple WWF games coming out. Donkey Kong Country on the Nintendo Game Boy Color. What?
Oh, that's
Marvel
kind of
vs.
fun.
Capcom? Come on. No, you know what? I'm going to go with one of the launch titles for the PlayStation 2 by EA Sports. And this is, you kind of talked about this earlier with how it felt like games were so much more creative back in the day. And I think in the fourth round, considering what this game was, and it was to the system, I think this is a fucking value pick by far. Hard to beat in the fourth round. SSX.
Nice.
And it's a snowboarding game. How many snowboarding games have you really played outside of like an arcade? This
Just
game,
that one.
Yeah, this game felt very much like something you would find in an arcade, in a mall, but so much more expansive. And it was super popular. They made a second one, SSX2. And it was also a pretty popular game. But similar to Tony Hawk, awesome soundtrack, great playable characters.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was on the PlayStation 2, it had a leg up on Tony Hawk Pro Skater graphics-wise because it was just more polished.
Yeah.
A lot more polygons in the characters.
PS2 was powerful.
PS2 was so powerful. But yeah, SSX, and that was a launch title with the PlayStation 2. So you can't be mad at it.
No.
Can't be mad at it.
Very fun game. I played little snippets of it. I think it had a demo or something.
PlayStation in the day was known for their demo discs.
Oh,
both
man.
PlayStation and PlayStation 2. And so yeah, if you went to any store that would sell video games, they always had the displays, and in the displays they had the demos, and that was definitely a demo map.
Oh, yeah.
In the PlayStation 2 demo disc.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, those demo discs were really fun. Man, that's a good pick. What direction do I want to go in? I'm going to pick Crazy Taxi, as it's one of those unique games that came out at a time when it also seemed more common to bring arcade-style games, like you were saying with something like SSX, into the living room.
Yeah. Now,
I would say that's not so common unless you count like an FPS as an arcade-style game.
I don't think first-person shooters are like those that you'd find in an arcade.
No, because you don't have the gun. The gun kind of makes it the arcade, right?
But also at the arcade, it's not a free navigating environment.
It's linear.
It's so scripted.
Yeah.
Like the game moves you through stages.
Right.
You're just stationary with a gun. So would you rather trade... There's a question for you. Would you rather trade that experience, a linear experience with an engaging controller, or that free-flowing experience with just the handheld controller?
Oh, I like the free-flowing 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But that experience does have its time and place in an arcade, the linear experience. That being said, back then they were bringing all sorts of stuff into video games from the arcade, and you know, one of those arcade experiences is Crazy Taxi. They made two of them, Crazy Taxi 1, Crazy Taxi 2. I'm drafting Crazy Taxi. Very good game, released on the Sega Dreamcast initially. You take control of one of several different characters who are all very interesting. And this seems to take place in, you know, something like California, you know, some derivation of California, like maybe San Francisco. And all these characters look interesting and have fun things that they shout out and say as you go along the way. They have different stats and different taxis that you can drive. And so your goal is to pick up people and take them to their destination. Now, these people will vary in difficulty in terms of like length to get there, and then the time that you have to get there. And they'll let you know that by their color coding. And it ends up being really fun. The music is super fun. You have to try to make money while you're doing it. So you actually get paid for your fares based on your performance. And you make all these crazy jumps while you're doing it. So in a way, it's also kind of like a sports game too, as you're like just, pounding around town. I think if I remember correctly, maybe this was only in the second one. I can't remember, but you could actually like make hydraulics. Your taxi had like hydraulics to actually make a jump. Pretty cool. I love Crazy Taxi. To this day, when I go to an arcade, if they have Crazy Taxi there, I'll play it because it holds up. It's just a fun experience.
Came out in 99 in the arcade.
Did it really?
A lot of Sega games were arcade games.
Sega's an arcade game machine.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
They would release their stuff early in arcades, and that was a game that came out a whole year before it came out on Dreamcast.
Dude, it's crazy. That game is 24 years old and it still plays well in the arcade.
It has such an arcade feel.
Yeah.
It feels like that quintessential car game that you would see in an arcade. And I'm not saying that because it's been in there for so long. I mean, but you think about the car games that came before it, this is just a better version of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's dope.
Yeah. I love that game, man. My mom got hooked on that.
Got some damn good teams here.
Oh, yeah. Now we gotta put them to the test.
Oh, you want to put them to the test?
Oh, yeah.
You want to put them to the test?
That's right,
boy,
brother.
He's trying to put it there, boy.
Oh.
You know what that means.
You hear that music?
You know what that means.
Man, I grew out my stubble just for this duel.
You know what that means.
Man, you know what?
What?
I also got a bandana for it, too.
Do you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know what I got?
Huh.
I got a nice wool vest. Western cut. Ooh, looking like a cowboy.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You looking like a cowpoke.
Hey, cowpoke can still poke.
They can still poke a poke.
Well,
But you can't poke around in these parts, partner.
we'll see about that.
Okay, well, let's see what you got.
Oh, man, I'm going to bring you down.
We'll see about that.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is the superior game to Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark is a really cool cult classic. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is a fucking legend. Okay, it's got the top Metacritic score of all the 2000s games, and it was recently remade and was successful. So
Perfect Dark's been remade and re-released. That's not a great reason.
Not
And
recently.
And it took. That's how long it took. If it was so great, they would have re-released it, sooner than 23 fucking years after. And when they re-released it, they had to re-release it in a pack because it wasn't good enough to be by itself. Because since Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 came out, there are way better skateboarding games. But there's not a better Perfect Dark. You can't replace Perfect Dark.
Wait, what
Can't do it.
what skateboarding game is better than Tony Hawk?
Skate.
No.
The Skate series shits on Tony Hawk.
No.
Yes, it does. And we've gone over this before in previous podcasts. Thrasher Skate and Destroy is a better skateboarding game. For anyone that doesn't know anything about skateboarding, yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, that's okay. But it's so mid if you think about what skateboarding is. Not the best skateboarding game. So far from it. But you know what? It's okay. It's on your team. It's not on my team. Perfect Dark crushes. You know what else crushes? Majora's Mask. Also cult classic. My first two picks cult classics, but they still hold near and dear, and they play great. They play great. Who's playing old-ass Sims?
Dude,
There's like 30 Sims.
The Sims is the OG, man. It started everything, and it plays great. And it's not just a cult classic. It spawned DLC, my brother. My brother in Christ. It was so popular, it spawned multiple DLCs and sequels. This game was a money machine, baby.
It sounds like you're making the case that Sims was the first game to have DLC.
I don't know.
But that's not true.
That's not true.
No, Roller Coaster Tycoon came out before Sims, and it had expansion DLC come out the year that Sims came out.
Yeah, but I'm not making the argument that it had.
I'm just saying the way you played that off, it almost sounded like
No.
you
I was
were
just
going
saying
there.
that it didn't have just one DLC; it had multiple.
As did most computer games.
But
that was what made computer games great.
It also wasn't just a cult classic.
You can't just pick up a computer game and be like, you know what makes this game great? It's DLC. Almost all computer games had DLC.
Yeah, but this was also a super popular franchise. I mean, it's just like...
It was, but what I'm saying is, again, like after the next one comes out, who needs the first one? You don't even need the first one. That's like Mario versus Mario 3.
Oh, it's still good.
Yeah,
it's still good.
It's mid. It's mid.
So...
You got a Mario game, though.
Mario Tennis. Oh, my God. I mean, I just think this game holds up better than Resident Evil Code Veronica.
You are fucking tripping. You are fucking tripping.
I think this control scheme holds up better in this day and age than, like, and also the graphics too and playability. Resident Evil Code Veronica, great game back in 2000. But 23 years later, Mario Tennis it holds up. Now,
it doesn't. They haven't made it. Nintendo barely makes it accessible. That doesn't make it a better game. And it's not fun to play with the N64 controller. I'm sorry, not fun to play with the N64 controller. It's not the truth. Resident Evil Code Veronica holds up. All the Resident Evils hold up. That's why they remake all the old ones in a pattern. This one will get remade soon. You just watch. They already remade the second one in the last year or two. Maybe it was more than that. I don't know. But you're tripping saying that it holds up more than Code Veronica. You're fucked. The fourth round's the battle of the arcade game, and SSX stomps out Crazy Taxi. Better mechanics, better graphics, better soundtrack, better characters. It's not just a monotonous drive a character here, drive a character here. It's got engaging maps. Better game, baby. Better game.
I don't know. I loved Crazy Taxi. I don't know that I can argue that it's a better game. I just know that I loved it, and it holds a place near and dear in my heart. I think I think they both are in the arcade, or there's some sort of snowboard equivalent in some arcades. Is it SSX?
I'm pretty sure that I said the battle of the arcade games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did. My bad. I missed that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they're both good games. They're both really fun, and I'll take the tie on that one.
You talk about the Metacritic score a bunch for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Oh yeah.
But if our teams were scored based off Metacritic score, I beat your ass. Like I stomped your ass out.
Did you?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, it has Metacritic score 98, Perfect Dark 97. NFL 2K1, no one got it. I wanted to pick Metal Gear Solid on the Game Boy Color, but I didn't. That was the one near and dear to my heart, but I didn't pick it because I already had two Nintendo titles. Okay, so then there's that Baldur's Gate with a 95. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, 95. Okay, so that's two of mine. You have one of yours.
Okay.
The next one after that is Resident Evil Code Veronica, 94 out of 100. What's the next one? Okay, and then we go down Final Fantasy 9, Chrono Cross, Jet Set Radio. That's a pretty fucking good game. Damn. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Rayman 2, and then SSX. I'm just saying, I don't base teams based off Metacritic scores. You hyped it up a lot. But if you're going to hype that up a lot, the best team based off Metacritic, it's not even close. Mine stomps on yours. Stomps.
Ben does have the Metacritic score on his side.
But that doesn't matter.
That is
That
true.
doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, you let us know which team you thought won.
Let us know. Let us know who you thought won, because you know what? That's the end.
That's right.
That's the end of this short draft. Moderately short draft.
Moderately.
But we know you're not disappointed. It's contact.
Disappointment.
It's contact. It's content.
Full body contact.
Gotta learn to speak. Damn.
That's right.
Job is talking in a mic and I can't even do it right.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. as we know it's the most precious thing we all have, as it's very limited. Please email us at mountdraftmore@gmail.com. That's mtdraftmore@gmail.com. If you have questions, concerns, comments, if you had a awkward experience on a first date and you want to let us know, that's great. What team would you have chosen? That's also something we would like to read out other people's teams too.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor an episode, you can do that. Send us emails. We will read them live. You know what? Here, this is a testament to us reading live. We'll go to the Gmail right now and see, has anyone emailed us?
Oh, man.
Have you sent us an email?
Oh, man.
Is it waiting to be read?
Oh, boy.
The anticipation.
I'm on the edge
building.
of my seat.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, there's nothing.
Ah!
People, so send us an email, mountdraftmore.com, mtdraftmore.com at gmail. Not .com. mtdraftmore@gmail.com. We'll get on those. We'll read them to you, and we will see you here again next week. Until then, be safe. Peace.